Hi friends, welcome to Interactive Medicine. In this section, we are discussing about the difference between MHC class 1 and class 2. So I want to say about immune system. It is a complex network of cells and proteins that defend the body against the infection. Immune system keeps a record of every germ it has defeated, so it can recognize and destroy the microbe quickly if it enters the body again. And we can divide the immune system into two: the innate immunity, and it is the immediate action, and it is non-specific. Acquired or adaptive immunity, it is delayed and specific and carried out by B and T cells. T cells have some variants: T killer and T helper. We can see here in this diagram. So T cell have the ability to recognize the antigen present in MHC molecule. So I am drawing a cell and this T cell. T cell have the ability to recognize the antigen present by a cell. So MHC molecule or main histocompatibility complex present in the cell surface and present or show the antigen molecule to T cells so they can take necessary action further. MHC molecule encoded in the MHC genes on chromosome number 6. So I am here zooming and I am drawing a chromosome here, and you can see a violet one and the green one. We have MHC genes two types, and this violet one are encoded for MHC1 type and HLA-B/C, and MHC2 we have DP, DQ, DR. The cell cytotoxic, so it is CD8, and the MHC1 bound by CD8 molecule on cytotoxic cell. So I am drawing a cell and the MHC2 class. So the responding cell is T helper cell and it has CD4. MHC2 bound by CD4 molecule on T helper cell. MHC1 found in all nucleated cells including platelets but not in mature RBCs. MHC2 found in antigen presenting cells, that is B cells, dendritic cells, macrophage, monocytes. You can see here dendritic, macrophages, monocytes and B cells all are APCs. They have the ability to present the antigen on cell surface by using MHC2 molecule. MHC1, I am drawing. This is the structure of MHC1. It has two chains, alpha chain and the transmembrane proteins, and it has another one, beta 2 microglobulin. The green one showing 1, 2, 3 is the domains, and the blue one peptide binding groove. Alpha chain have 3 extracellular domains, that is alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. MHC1 has 2 protein chains, alpha chain and the transmembrane region, and the alpha chain gives alpha 1, alpha 2. The alpha 1 and alpha 2 making the peptide binding groove. It binds the proteins up to 8 to 10 amino acid long. The protein is come from final breakdown portion of either virus particle or abnormal cancer origin. Abnormal protein origin from cancer. So transmembrane region insert into the cell membrane, and the MHC1 has endogenous pathway of antigen presentation, which means that antigen is already inside the cell. It may be abnormal protein or virus particle. So I am drawing the pathway here. So virus particle here, and it is broken down by proteasomes into short amino acid, 8 to 10 amino acid chain long. I am drawing the rough endoplasmic reticulum here, and this, so we can see MHC1 formed in rough endoplasmic reticulum. So transporters of antigenic peptides, it helps, and the typasins, or it helps the short amino acids comes to bind with the MHC1, and the MHC1 is going to Golgi apparatus and it will be vesiculated, and finally it is present on the cell membrane. Okay, we can see the cytotoxic T cells and the natural killer cells, they are going to be response with these antigen. Okay, cytotoxic T cell and natural killer cell can directly interact with MHC1 antigen, release cytolytic enzyme. It leads to cell death. It prevent further spread or infection. Okay, MHC2 antigen comes from outside the cell. How it comes? By phagocytosis. MHC2 present in only in APCs, exogenous pathway of antigen presentation, which means that pathogen present already in the extracellular space, the APC engulf and further steps occur. But MHC endogenous and protein molecules present inside the cell already, it leads to antigen presentation. Structure of MHC2. We can draw a green one and the blue one. The blue one stands for alpha chain and the green one stands for beta chain. We have, each one has two domains, and there is a long chain, which means that it helps in penetration the cell membrane, and alpha 1 and beta 1 chain contributes to bind with antigen. MHC2 can bind much larger particles as 14 to 20 amino acid chain long. And APC, example macrophages, it's engulfing. Bacteria is going to be engulfed by macrophage, and there is a endosome formation. It is a vacuole. APCs engulf a antigen and forms a vacuole known as endosome. And further, we can see this one, and the breakdown of pathogen by granules. It releases cytolytic enzymes. You can see antigen particles. Granules within the endosome release cytolytic enzymes, and endosome become phagolysosome. We can draw. Because pathogen breaken down into small particles by cytolytic enzymes. So APC cell inside, we can draw phagolysosome and the short peptides. We can draw MHC1 in APC cell 2. The MHC1 is also produced. We can draw the zoom MHC2 one. I am zooming here. So this is blue one, green, and there is a ash color one, that is invariant chain. In APC, both MHC1 and MHC2 are producing in rough endoplasmic reticulum, but there is an invariant chain act as a locker or cap for protein binding group. So exocytosis, then after exocytosis of MHC with from the rough endoplasmic reticulum to cytosol occur. So we can see, then the invariant chain going to be destructed, then peptide going to be bind with the MHC2, then further it present on the cell membrane, then T helper comes and stimulate the immune system. So we can write MHC2 with invariant chain now in cytosol. Okay, and destruction of invariant chain, it leads to bind with one of the peptide in the phagolysosome. MHC2 transport to the cell surface, Th response, then stimulation of immune system.